So I was raised as a Catholic, but I left. And at first I was really concerned. I thought I needed a spiritual path and I was looking for one. But I didn't really know what it was. I just knew that I knew what a material path was. And so I tried to avoid that by getting involved in astrology and palmistry and dowsing and tarot and ley lines and all of that sort of thing. And I found it useful because it stretched my imagination. Astrology, for example, is a very early form of psychology. It divides human beings into 12 different types and describes them. And it's not entirely accurate. It's scientifically, I mean, as far as telling the future is concerned, I don't really, I think it's impossible. But there was some value in it. And of course, the real value for me was simply in questioning and testing and looking and seeing how all this stuff worked. Much of it didn't really work. It was just a distraction. So when I came across Buddhism, which seemed much more systematic and had specific goals, the end of suffering, then that became something more concrete for me. But of course, it was presented to me as something scientific, a non-religion, which is not really true, because when you actually sign up for a Buddhist group, in my case it was the Tibetans, it's most definitely religious. You're expected to believe certain things. You have to dress a certain way. There's a certain amount of groupthink, and that really didn't, to me, feel like a spiritual path. To believe what other people believe because they believe it, that's not honest. There we go. When I read the Buddha, what I read is you have to find out for yourself what your truth is. And there's no other way around it. There is no other way around it. To me, that's the spiritual path. When we recover ourselves, find ourselves through being present by using our wits, our senses, our feelings, our thoughts, our ideas, all working together to understand what this is, this miraculous thing called being alive and being conscious. So I'm not here to define what a spiritual path is. I'm just trying to tell you where and how I looked. And I'm still looking. I think that's the name of the game. It's this, you find your path by looking. It's always one more step. You know, the grand path is always at your feet and it always stretches out ahead of you.